Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the TCMMA podcast with your host, Chris Cross.
Whoa!
Dana White privilege.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Dana White privilege. 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 Welcome to the TCMMA podcast. It's your boy Chris Cross, and this is totally unexpected today. We did not have any plans to be live on the podcast, but guess what? We have no choice because we got the best news ever to bring to you, and that's that Khamzat Chimaev will take on Robert Whittaker in the main event. You're hearing this right, at UFC Saudi Arabia, and you can see the smile on my face because, again, this was totally unexpected. I get up this morning, I'm sipping on my morning coffee, and boom, the phone dings, everyone in the house is sleeping, and I let out a big scream. Everybody's like, what's going on? Khamzat Chimaev finally has a fight. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is fantastic.
Khamzat Chimaev!
And we're just finding out about this first thing this morning, so, those are the facts. That's all we really need to know, right?
Oh my God, bro.
It's just incredible. It's just incredible because we've been waiting for this for a long time. And the fact is, Khamzat deserves it. And now nobody can say anything because Robert Whittaker is a legitimate middleweight fighter. Legitimate. This isn't Kamaru Usman. This isn't Gerald Meerschaert. He's one of the best in the division, a former champ. And what's the date exactly? Let me pull this up again. I think it's June 22nd, if I'm not mistaken. But man, this is just incredible. Yep, June 22nd. My birthday is June 19th, so that'll be birthday week. That's exciting as well. Oh my goodness. Oh, and it's a fight night. I don't have to worry about the pay-per-view or anything. All for free on ABC. Wow. Khamzat's fighting in prime time. He wins this, he's fighting for the title. And guess what? He leads in all the stats. Khamzat 5.72 significant strikes per minute. Whittaker 4.6. But Whittaker packs a punch, so you got to be careful with him. His takedown average basically non-existent. He might get one every 3 rounds, so maybe he'll get 1 or 2 in this fight. But guess what? Khamzat 100% takedown defense. He lands on average 4 takedowns every 3 rounds. So you figure he's going to get 5 or 6 takedowns in this fight, but Robert Whittaker has good takedown defense as well, 82%. So Khamzat gets 3 or 4 takedowns in this fight, and guess what? It's going to be a 5-rounder. So all the talk of Khamzat not being able to go 5 rounds and all that, that'll be put to bed as well. And this is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I think if you're Khamzat, you just go in there and you try to get the first round KO. Forget the 5 rounds. Let's not even discuss that. Go in there and get the KO as quick as possible. Now, let's just marinate on this for a second. Here's a dude list. Just catching you up with the show if this is your first time, because a lot of people are going to be jumping in today on this topic. A lot of new listeners today for sure. This is a dude list. These are our favorite fighters. And you can mix in pound for pound in there a little bit, but not really, because if someone asks me in the street, who's your favorite fighters? I'm going to say number 1, Khamzat Chimaev. I believe he beats everybody. John Jones, same thing. Islam Makhachev, pretty much the same thing. Alex Pereira. Okay, now we're getting down a little bit. Pretty much beats anybody but Khamzat, right? If they fight for light heavyweight. That's how I would feel about it, right? That's how I got to look at it. Sean O'Malley moved up to the top 5 recently. Leon Edwards, Charles Oliveira, Jamal Hill. And then Shavkat and Adesanya up in the top 10. So the only better fight for Khamzat here would be Adesanya. But Adesanya's waiting in the wings as well. So by the time Khamzat and Whittaker fight, we'll know a lot more about this division, for sure. There should be some things happening with Dricus and Adesanya. What's Sean Strickland doing? So we'll know a lot more about this division by the time Khamzat fights, or at least other fights that are going to be set up. But that there is the to-do list. So just an incredible day, and normally we would do the full fight prediction for you. We haven't even gone that far yet. I mean, literally woke up this morning and saw this fight on deck, and I just couldn't believe it. I'm just like, I'm in awe, because Dana White did this totally unexpectedly. I mean, just completely unexpected this morning. I mean, I'm just drinking the morning coffee.
Whoa!
That's kind of what it sounded like, really. Thank you, Dana White and company. Certainly made for a great day. And a lot of you will see this later in the day, probably, because you're not even awake yet. But it's absolutely incredible. Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker. And what's Whittaker ranked right now in this division? Let me look this up real quick, too. It's got to be 2 or 3 in the division. And this is going to be a major step up for Khamzat. Major step up. So middleweight rankings, of course, Dricus champion. Sean Strickland 1, Adesanya 2, Robert Whittaker 3. Khamzat's down at number 11. Dang. How do you drop from... Well, it is what it is. It don't really matter. Because Khamzat wins this, he's ranked number 3. And by that time, the title between Dricus and Adesanya should be on the line. And then Khamzat gets the winner take all. Who knows who Sean Strickland is fighting? So just an incredible day to be a UFC fan, because we've been waiting for this for such a long time. And it's like, yeah, he's got the visa thing, then you got the Ramadan thing, and then he had the injury thing. You know, you got all these things that are going on that you just want to know when the next fight is. And it could be months and months away like it is now, because what is it, March? And he's not fighting until June. So 3 months from now, 90 days. And this is just a kickoff party. This is just a launching pad right now, because there's a lot more to come on Khamzat.
Khamzat Chimaev!
But just a wild morning.
Oh my God, bro.
And of course, the excitement going along with that.
Yes! Yes!
Yeah, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And I wish more of you were awake to enjoy this with us, because we're certainly enjoying this. We're going to enjoy this all day. As soon as the podcast is over, I'm going to get to the prediction. But just an incredible day. And of course, we got the fights this weekend. I was getting ready to do those predictions this morning. I'm sure I'll eventually get to that, but the podcast had to take over. We didn't even post yesterday's podcast yet on the other platforms. We're going to do that first thing this morning. And everything just got derailed. Completely derailed. And you know what? It's okay. Because I'm on spring break this week. I'm off. And I'm glad that this happened this week. We're willing to stop everything. And I mean everything. For Khamzat Chimaev. And we're happy for him. We don't care about all the boo birds out there. And anyone that's got something negative to say, and he just beat Usman. No, he just beat okay, well, now he's got Robert Whittaker. And now he's got Robert Whittaker. So we can silence all that for now, and then you guys on the boo bird side could jump in and say, oh yeah, Robert's going to smash him. And Khamzat's not ready for this, and he can't go 5 rounds. I hope Khamzat goes in there in the first round and just dominates Whittaker, man. Let's save the 5-round long battle for a championship fight. Let's just go in there and get this W right away. And listen, at the same time, I'd be remiss if I didn't say this. Great job by Robert Whittaker for taking this fight. Great job by Robert Whittaker. This is not a popular fight for anybody. And the fact that Robert Whittaker is willing to fight Khamzat in Saudi Arabia is a testament to this guy's belief in himself and going on the road and pretty much a hostile environment where everybody's going to be rooting for Khamzat Chimaev to win this fight. So credit him. Give him his due in this situation. Robert Whittaker stepped up to the plate and said, let's go. It don't matter where we fight. We're going to fight. But make no mistake about it, it's going to be a very tough environment for Robert Whittaker to be in. Because the Saudi Arabia crowd is going to be for Khamzat. And I think they had another main event that got canceled, and then Saudi Arabia was upset about it, and that's put to bed. That is put to bed because now the UFC is taking one of its top fighters and saying, okay, we're going to headline this card with this fight, and Saudi Arabia is going to be like, holy cow. I mean, there's parties and celebrations right now in Saudi Arabia over this one. And the crowd is going to back Khamzat like you've never seen. It's going to be crazy because this is going to be a great fight for Khamzat in the sense that he's got the home crowd favorite. He's like the home crowd favorite. Any boos are going to be outweighed by roars. And if he wins this fight, the place is going to go bananas. I mean, this place is going to go absolutely bananas. It's just going to be wild.
Whoa!
Can you tell we're excited? Can you tell we're excited? This is a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker in Saudi Arabia. You can be sure that this is going to dominate the next few podcasts along with the predictions and everything, but we had to get this to you at the break of dawn this morning. But for now, I guess what, we're going to leave it at that. Short and sweet. A lot more on this topic. Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker in Saudi Arabia. For now, this is your boy Chris Cross. Leave us comments. We'll get back and read them on the next Q&A. You know this is going to be a big one. Make sure you weigh in. For now, this is your boy Chris Cross. This is a TCMMA podcast. Have a great day. God bless. Peace.